Oh boy, nostalgia, that blissful feeling you get remembering on fond things in your past, whether it be a video game, a great book, or even star power glitches. To me, honestly, it's gotta be one of my favorite feelings, revisiting something you genuinely love, and today we're going to be doing that for sure. Now, for some of you who haven't been watching my channel for a very long time, you might not know that we had a very traditional series on my channel. Every single week, we ripped around and had a great time with the star power and gadget glitches. Believe it or not, it's already been about 8-ish months since we've been able to utilize these glitches in the game, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm still kind of heartbroken about it. So today is gonna be one of reminiscing. We're gonna be trying to find that nostalgic feeling from the star power and gadget glitches, going over some of my absolute favorite combinations that we did way back in the day. My top 10 favorite star power and gadget glitches. It's like reuniting with a long lost friend, baby. Hopefully you're all pumped up. Let's get straight away into it. Here we go. Now, I'm sure most of us know what star power and gadget glitches were back in the day, but just in case for some of you guys who don't know what we're about to hop into in today's video, there was once upon a time a phenomenal glitch in Brawl Stars where you could literally swap a star power or gadget on a particular brawler with another brawler. You could give Incendiary to Colt so he could have that effect for every single one of his shots for his basic attack, or you could even give 8-bit Station to a Tick, giving the most damage we've ever seen in Brawl Stars. 82,000-ish damage with only 3 basic attacks and a super. Crazy. So it's definitely safe to say we had a phenomenal time with these glitches way back in the day, and I want to share some of my favorites with you all right now. So let's get into my top 10 favorites. So everyone, getting straight away into my 10th favorite star power glitch here in the game, and that involves Coiled Snake on multiple brawlers in the game, but one in particular that tickled my fancy was on BB. As you can see, the range increase that you get when Coiled Snake kicks in is phenomenal. You are able to get the distance from the kickback from the range, but it wouldn't show from the actual animation. It was so dang bizarre, as you can see with the 8-bit there, just bashing him with that and he would get the kickback. It was so much freaking fun, and just seeing the radius increase from the basic attack was just really bizarre to see on certain brawlers in the game, but for some reason BB's was just interesting in my eyes. It was so much fun. So getting into number 9 here, I'm sure we can all agree that snappy sniping was one of the absolute best star power glitch star powers that you can have with these combinations in the game. So dang fun. This one in particular on Jean, as you can see, you could just chain fire, not wasting a single bit of ammo with certain brawlers that have multiple shots to their basic attack. So Jean was phenomenal for this one, and really it was just an enjoyable time. There were so many combinations with snappy sniping on brawlers in the game that was just so dang enjoyable, but Jean for some reason just felt really satisfying whipping off those basic attacks on a high safe. It was amazing. But getting into our next one here, and that is for Surge, utilizing Leon's clone gadget. And the reason it's Surge is because his clone looked different from his base model. As you can see when we spawn in another one here, it looks almost like a final tier Surge, but without the helmet on this skin in particular, because it's even different for the base skin on it. Also, as you can see, the speed gets increased. The clone held on to the speed that Leon had, being a faster brawler in the game, so there were certain combinations you could do with this gadget, such as like an 8-bit. Giving the clone gadget was so bizarre because normally 8-bit very slow, but seeing a Leon speed 8-bit was just really strange, right? But an enjoyable experience when I first saw this. And another thing that was really awesome about Surge is once you went into your first tier, if you had a clone spawn in, it would increase its movement speed, the same speed increase as you would get for your first tier on Surge as well. So the clone was incredibly fast. It had Surge's first tier on top of Leon's base movement speed, as you can see, just absolutely trucking up against that bow. It was so awesome. And just if you're curious here, this is what it looked like with the other skin. It was like the same base Surge, but with sunglasses. So freaking funny, man. I loved this glitch. It was amazing. But getting into number 7 here, and this one has a definite spot in my heart. Such an amazing combination, and that is Tick with Snare Bear, Bo's second star power. As you can see, with every basic attack, every single mine that Tick shoots off, they can stun an enemy for the same duration as Snare Bear. I think it's because the mechanics were somewhat similar to Bo's mines, where there's there's 3 of them, but I have no idea. It was just so enjoyable, stunning so many people. It made Tick an absolute threat, destroying the bots in these videos. So much freaking fun. And not gonna lie, I feel like this one should have deserved a spot higher up on the list just because it was so bizarre and so broken. But there were so many other combinations in the game that just made me laugh so hard and were just so dang enjoyable, which you are going to be seeing later on in the video today. But Tick with Snare Bear, man, it was a dangerous boy. So freaking good. So as for a little context moving into this next one, we are utilizing Piper's second gadget on multiple different brawlers for the video, but as you can see, bizarre things happened. Giving it to Gale, you get 6 different Piper shots with 1 Gale basic attack. It was such an awesome combination when the gadget first came out because it worked on so many different brawlers, and if they had multiple shots with a basic attack, you would see so many different Piper basic attacks, and it acted the same exact way, so it had like a homing effect. I don't think it did as much damage as a normal Piper basic attack, but it still had like the curvage and the cool heat seeking property that the gadget does with Piper. But can we all agree seeing 6 different Piper shots at once is pretty dang awesome and bizarre? So we try out the curve on the Carl here. Ooh, dude, intimidating for dang sure. So intimidating. I would highly recommend watching that video back if you want to see the other brawlers with this, but Gale for some reason I thought was the best just because it had 6 different Piper shots, right? Crazy. Okay, so for our next one, this is the highest damage dealing combination you could get, and it was with Tick as well as 8-Bit's first star power. So when you drop down the Tick head, it got the star power, so it has the station, but for some reason the Tick mines got an insane buff, dealing 8,853 damage per basic attack, and your boy Ray in the past added it all up, and it ended up being 82,477 damage for 3 different basic attacks. Freaking insane. So our next combination is Surge along with Robo Retreat, Rico's star power. And when you go in Surge's second tier, the speed increase on top of the 34% movement increase on Rico, you got insane speeds. As you can see, we are trekking on this showdown map, Feast or Famine, with breakneck speed, going so insanely fast the bots couldn't even keep up with us, guys. We were just sprinting like crazy, and we actually found out that this was the fastest base increased speed you could get, because in the game star power glitches you couldn't combine speed increases, so like a max super plus robo retreats, they would like cancel out each other. But since technically Surge's second tier is still his base movement speed, he got that on top of the 34% increase from robo retreats. So we were going crazy fast, man. It was so much fun ripping around on this one. It was amazing. Heading into number 3 here, when you think of destruction, this 1 star power combination should be coming to your mind because it did so much damage that it literally crashed the game after a while. So when you give 8-Bit's first star power to Ems here, as you can see, when you activate the super, she has an 8-Bit station basically following her for the entirety of the match. But for some reason, when it came to 8-Bit station, the damage when it came to brawlers just got really bizarre. The first attempt there, we ended up crashing the game. But getting into the second attempt here, the numbers start getting freaking insane. So one-shotting the Poco here, 4,270 per basic attack. We one-shot the Primo, 9,492. The Frank, insane, 14,945 damage. And it just keeps getting higher and higher until weird things happen. So 28,000 to that Poco. I think on the next one we start seeing some crazy stuff happen here. So Brock, we actually freak out and teleport across the map, seeing green numbers, so healing numbers, 2,830 to that Primo. Believe it or not, this star power combination eventually didn't work in the game, so it stopped working, I think because it was too powerful, if you ask me. But yeah, just seeing crazy numbers like this was amazing, right? But as we're rounding the corner to number 2 on our list, things start to get insanely crazy. This was one of the latest star power glitches that we got in before it actually ended up not working. But if you use Jesse's gadget on Penny, you get 33 cannonballs ripping out of that mortar. It's so freaking insane. I was dying of laughter. I had a fit of laughter in the video. It was amazing. It was just an insanely good combination. When I first came around to it, I didn't think the mortar was going to work with Jesse's gadget for some reason, but when I tested it out on this map, I was just taken aback. I didn't know how to react besides just laughing my butt off seeing 33 mortars coming out. The damage that it would apply, the absolute carnage that you could get in with this combination was just insane. The bots would walk into its path, it would die in like a second. It was amazing. Here's another look at it in Siege. Some of the bots trying to take out the mortar, but just getting absolutely ripped to pieces. And then we get one for the long distance shot to the IKE. So dang good. And then Morris wanted to be a hero, but he shouldn't have. But then coming in at number 1, of course, we have to go with Incendiary on Colt. Colt has a ton of different bullets, as you guys know, and the way that Incendiary works, with every basic attack, you get this pool of flames that if the bot or whoever walks through it, they take some damage. So 600 damage per second. When you got Incendiary for every single bullet, you could rip through a box with just one basic attack. It was so beautiful, so pleasant, and I think this was the best combination that we had in the very first combination that we tested out in the game. The very first video that I ever did on star power and gadget glitches, we did this one, and it was a beautiful discovery. For all time will be my favorite combination in the game. But it doesn't just stop there, because bizarre things started happening with the super as well, having an increased radius size compared to the Incendiary coming from the basic attack, literally having the same exact radius as a penny star power. Let's take another look at that one more time in all of its glory, shooting it off here up against the walls. My goodness, the absolute destruction. So pretty, so much flames. But yeah, everyone, that is my 10 favorite star power and gadget glitch combinations that we were able to enjoy way back in the day. The nostalgia is rushing back to me. I remember every single week really looking forward to making this video, and honestly, I was very devastated when they removed it from the game, and it was just because of a simple update that it was removed from the game. They didn't do it intentionally. But that's that for the star power and gadget glitches. My goodness, such fond memories, that's for dang sure. Guys, I hope you all enjoyed today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed the nostalgia. If you've been watching my channel for quite some time, the star power and gadget glitches will be missed, that's for sure. But yeah, guys, if you did enjoy the video, make sure to slap a like on it. I'd really appreciate that. Have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. Keep having fun with Brawl Stars, and we'll see you in the next video. Adios, you guys.